Om Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Satya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam online classes. We are coming to the last topic of this electrical energy. I think all of you are full of energy now and you are ready to hear some of the new things today and some of the things which are already learned. So let us just go through the already learned topics. Electrostatics. As we studied earlier, there are two types of electrical. One is electrostatics, static electricity. Another is current electricity. Static electricity is already present in the body. And how do you get it? By rubbing of substances. For example, if you rub, say glass rod becomes positive and silk becomes negative. So this electrostatics, and similarly if you take ebonite rod and wool, so that is what I already studied. And the natural phenomenon what you can see is lightning. Whenever two clouds of different charges come near, there will be a flash of lightning. Even within us also there is lightning. Do you know? What is that lightning? That is the divine presence. And it is said in Narayana Suktam, you might have heard it, right? Neela Toyoda Madhyastat Vidyullekeva Bhaswara. Vidyullekeva. So like lightning, that energy is present in all of us. By that energy only all the activities of the body takes place. Okay? And it was Benjamin Franklin who said that there are two kinds of charges, namely positive charge and negative charge. And how do you identify it? By a device called electroscope, which you are going to study later in PU. Electroscope is a device which detects the presence of charges. And also we have studied about electric potential. What is potential? The amount of work done to bring a positive charge from infinity to that point. It's called electric potential. All of you have potential, right? Potential, the hidden energy. So here, work has to be done to bring a charge from one place to another. And the difference in the potentials is called as potential difference. It is measured by the unit volts. And what is the device? The device is voltmeter. Voltmeter is a device which tells about the potential difference that we already seen it. We already seen about electric current. So current electricity is nothing but the electrons in motion. When the electrons move from one place to another, we say the current moves. So to tell simple words, when you switch on in your home or school, wherever you are, if you switch on, immediately the fan rotates or bulb glows. Is it not? How it glows? Because of the electric current. And what happens there? Electrons from one point will move to another point. And that is what you call it as electric current. How do you measure it? Measure it by the unit called amperes. And the device is called ammeter. There it is voltmeter. Here it is ammeter. You might have seen in your house also, if you see the switchboard, you find that ammeter there. And relation between potential difference and current is given by Ohm's law, which tells that at constant temperature, already we have seen it 4 or 5 times. Again you have to repeat it because it will be very important law. At constant temperature, the potential difference between 2 points of a conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through it. Okay, so V is proportional to I. Means what? As I increases, V also increases. Or if V decreases, I also decreases. That is called as directly proportional. And if you remove the sign, it will be V is equal to Ri. What is R? R is called the resistance. And how do you measure it? By a device called resistance box. And what is the unit of measuring it? Unit is ohms. Ohms. And the symbol is omega. So R is equal to V by I. So these formulas you must repeat 10 to 15 times. You must write it, read it, practice it. Okay. The units also, the devices also, formulas also. Then only you can do problems easily. So this is a world famous Ohm's law that already we have studied in the previous class. Now resistance, that is found in resistors. And if the resistors are combined in series, the effective resistance Rs will be equal to sum of the individual resistances. If there are 3 resistances R1, R2, R3, we say R1 plus R2 plus R3. If there are more, you can say add some more. That is in series. If it is in parallel, the reciprocal of the resistance is the sum of the reciprocals of the 2 or more resistances. It depends upon how you take it. So this is resistance in parallel series. There you have to add the resistances. Resistance parallel is reciprocal of the effective resistance is the sum of the resistances of individual resistances. That's what you have already studied, and we have seen some problems also on that. And we concluded in the last class by telling that heating effect of electric current, what do you call it as Joule's law. And here it says the amount of heat actually its work done is proportional to square of the current, the resistance and the time, I squared RT. So if I is more, heating effect also is more. If R is more, again heat is more. If time is more, again H is more. And how do you measure it? Measured by the unit called joules. Also you have one more unit called as calories. One more unit of measuring the heat. How do you measure current? In amperes. How to measure resistances? Ohms. How to measure time? In second. Okay. These are all the things we have already studied in the previous class. Now coming to the assignment of the last class, the first question is define Joule's law of heating effect. The law says amount of heat produced in a conductor on passing current H. Current actually is I, heat is H. Amount of heat produced, and current is nothing but I, is directly proportional to the square of the current, that is I square, resistance of the conductor R, and the time for which the current flows through the conductor. That is called Joule's law of heating. Who is Joule? Joule is called as father of physics because he has discovered so many things in physics. One of the famous thing is this only. So that is why the name Joule's law. H is equal to I squared RT. Okay. So that is used in different devices. Now let us see what are the devices to use it. Now state any two advantages of connecting electric devices in parallel with the battery instead of connecting them in series. So you must tell advantages. if it is connected in parallel. What are the advantages? First one, in parallel circuit, every electrical gadgets operate separately because they take current as per the requirement. You have seen how the derivation is made. I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, like that. Separate. Therefore, if anything goes wrong in any circuit, others will not be disturbed. Suppose there is something wrong in fan, the current, the bulb will not be affected, TV is not affected. That is the advantage in parallel connection, because every circuit is different. So that is the advantage, number one. Number two, total resistance of circuit is decreased. As you know the formula, 1 by R, reciprocal of an effective resistance 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, etc. So it decreases, lesser than the least one also. So that is the second advantage. Third advantage, if any one component fails, the circuit is not broken and other electrical devices work properly. Suppose grinding machine in the kitchen, if it fails, then light will be there, fan will be there, all other mixie, everything will work out. But only the connection connected to the grinder only fails. That you have to get it repaired. Okay. So these are the advantages of making electric circuits in a parallel. More advantages. Next question. Find the reading of the ammeter. What does ammeter measure? It measures the current. So you can measure the amount of current. So you are asked to find out how much current is flowing in the circuit. And what are these two? They are the resistances. And they are said to be in parallel. This is said to be in series. So what is the unit here? Ohm. So this is 3 ohms. And this is 6 ohms. So these two resistances are connected in parallel. And 4 ohm is connected in series with these two. So these are what is called as resistances. What is this is called? This is called as key to open or close the circuit. What is this? It's called battery. There are more than one cell, we call it as battery. Okay. Now question is, what is the ammeter reading? Means how much of current will flow. For that you must know first resistance, how much resistance is there. For that, so next you have to work out with calculation. First one, 1 by R1, as there is in a parallel connection, this is R1 is here 3 ohm, 1 by 3 ohm plus 1 by 6 ohm. Take LCM, it becomes 6, 3 2s are, 2 1s are 2, 6 1s are, 1 1s are 1, 2 plus 1, 3 by 6, that is half. So R1 becomes 2 ohms. Reciprocal of this become 2 ohms. So potential difference is equal to 6 volts given, that is a battery. And so total resistance, because there is one more which is on the same line, that is called series. Therefore you must add it, R1 plus R2. That will be, for the question is about resistance. So total resistance becomes 4 ohm now, 2 ohm already given there in the circuit. So 2 plus 4 becomes 6 ohms. The current in the ammeter reading is V by R by Ohm's law. So V by R, V is 6 volts and R is just now calculated 6. So 6 by 6, that is 1 ampere. Okay. So this is the answer to the question there. Now coming to the today's topic, we shall see what is meant by electric power. You might have heard about horsepower. What is horsepower? That is also one of the units of measuring the power. Is it not? So you might have different kinds of powers. some political power. I am CM, Deputy CM, and I am Agriculture Minister, Home Minister, Education Minister, and they are called powers. They have got some powers. Government also will give a lot of facilities for them. Say a very good car, a bungalow to live in, and so many things because of their power. And to get that power, they will work out a lot in election time. You know it very well. But now we are not telling about political power. We are telling about electric power. What is electric power? Rate at which electric energy is consumed or dissipated is termed as electric power. So rate at which means what? Work done by time taken. That is called rate. What is the formula for work done? VIT by T. So VIT by T, T is the time taken. So TT cancels, you get VI. So power is equal to V into I. Okay, that is electric power. And what is unit of measuring? V is the voltage, R is the resistance, I is the current, P is the power. What is unit of measuring power? It is, come on, we will find out one more formula for that. So here you have written VI. So V, what is V? By Ohm's law it is IR and into I. So IR into I becomes I squared R. So why you are telling all these formulas? In some questions or problems, they will give one of the items. Sometimes they may give V and I, ask you to find out P. Sometimes they give P and I, ask you to find out V. Like that. Here it is the same thing. The other formula will be I squared R. So if resistance is given, you have to use that formula. Okay. So actually the unit of power is, what do you call it as? Watt. Watt. Why it is called watt? It is named after the scientist James Watt. Why do they call like that? Once, when sir was teaching electricity, he was not clear about the formula. And then he stood up. What he asked. So the spelling what he asked was W-H-A-T. Now we are telling W-A-T-T. This is a short form of James Watt. What do you know about James Watt? Okay, we will see a little later. So formula becomes I squared R. And the other way of writing this, I squared R can be written as I by R whole square into R, because I is equal to V by R. So V by R. So this is V by R. V squared V by R whole square. So V by R means, so when you square it, it becomes V squared. This becomes R square. So V squared by R square, please note the change here, into R. Here R cancels. So if R cancels, what do you get? V squared by R. That's how you got this formula. So all the three formulas, any one you can use depending on the formula. So this is the first formula, VI. Second formula is I squared R. Third formula is V squared by R. So here, instead of I squared, we are written as V by R whole square, because I is equal to V by R by Ohm's law. So square of that becomes V squared. And R square into R, that R and R cancels, you get V squared by R. Okay. So these are the three formulas for power. And now let us see the unit of measuring it. So unit of measuring is watt. SI unit of electric power is joules per second or watt. So it is defined as electric power is consumed in a circuit, its device is 1 watt. If 1 amps of current flows through when a potential difference is 1 volt. So P is equal to VI. I is current, that is in amps. V is potential difference, that is 1 volt. So then the power becomes 1 watt. So 1 watt is equal to 1 volt of current into 1 amps of 1 volt of potential difference. When a current of 1 amps pass through them, then the power is called as 1 watt. And this 1 watt is a very, very small unit. So for practical purposes, we use a bigger unit called as kilowatt. You have heard about kilogram. What do you mean kilogram? In your language, you call it as kg. Go to stores and say, give me 5 kg of rice, 2 kg of jaggery, half kg of salt, and so on. Kg means what? Kilogram. Now the word you are using, kilowatt. We write it as kW. So 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts. So all the kilo word refers to 1000. One more word, you have horsepower. In your most of your houses you have got pump set, right? And in pump set we say 2 HP motor, 3 HP motor, 5 HP motor and all. But HP is nothing but horsepower. Why that name? That is when Britishers were ruling India, they were riding in horses. So they connected that power of the horse as horsepower. How much it is? 1 horsepower is equal to 746 watts. So, of course, horse is called one of the strongest animals. Is it not? How many know riding of horses? Okay. Horse riding is a very challenging one. You may ask me whether you have gone. Yes, I had rode for about 14 kilometers in Kedarnath. While going to the holy shrine, I had an opportunity to go in a horseback. And it is very tough job. Any small mistake, it will make you to fall off. So you must be very strong enough to pull the reins of that. Okay? So get a training. You also can ride the horse. So in those days, as horses were more, they used the word horsepower, HP shortly called as. 5 HP motor means 5 into 746 watts. So that is a meaning. And one more unit is megawatts. 1 megawatt is equal to 10 to the power of 6 watts. Mega. And 1 megawatt is equal to 10,000 kilowatts. 1 kilowatt is 1000 watts. So 1000 into 1000. 10 lakhs it becomes. 10 to the power of 6 watts. So these are the higher units. In a generating stations, if you go to Sharavati or Linganamatki or any other generating stations, they use the word megawatt, MW. Okay. So these are different types of measuring the electric power. Now we will come to the daily use. For daily use, how do you measure it? We use you use an unit called as electric unit. So you might have seen the KEB people, and if it is North Karnataka, they use HEB, Hubli Electrical Board. In Canada, in here, south part of Karnataka, we call it as KEB, Karnataka Electricity Board. If you go to Mangalore, we call it as MEB, Mangalore Electricity Board. So there are different zones, and that the name is given. And what they do, that one person, namely meter reader, will come in the book. In that book, he has a house list, name of the number of the houses, and also he will have the board number. For every house, there will be board, electric board. Have seen? There is one black meter. That is called watt meter. And there will be fuse by the side of it. And there will be off and on switch will be there. If any circuit, short circuit or something takes place, you have to switch off. Sometimes fuse also burn off. Then you have to put a new fuse. Is it not? So the watt meter shows how much of watts of energy is being used. And as I told last time, there are two types of circuits. One is called heating circuit and that is called lighting circuit, about which we are going to study later. Okay, the heating circuits will have more energy, heat energy will be used. Now coming to this, 1 unit of, so when when the KV people come, they note down the readings, meter readings, which was there last month. That will be taken as initial reading and then final reading. So final reading minus initial reading, that will be the number of units. For 1 unit, so much of money they are fixed, government has fixed. Of course, we are very grateful to government because they have cancelled the charges for the pump set. All the farmers who are there, they are very much benefited because there are no charges for the pump sets, and only lighting and other things what you are using in home, TV, etc., there will be charged. So what he will do, he will see how much unit of current is used for a month. And what is 1 unit means what? 1 kilowatt for 1 hour. If it works, then we call it as 1 unit. And then 1 kilowatt means 1000 watts. 1 hour means 3600 seconds. So that will be 1000 joules per second, 1 watt into 3600 seconds. That will be 36 into 5 zeros, 3 here, 2 here. So 36 into 10 to the power of 5 joules, also equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joules. So that is what is called as 1 unit or 1 kilowatt per hour. And for every unit there is some fixed charges, say 350 rupees, 3 rupees 50 paisa or 4 rupees, 4.5, depending on the different circuits what you have. And you have to pay in the bill, you have to pay the bill in the KEB, okay, or HEB or MEB. So this is about the electrical unit. Now we will see what are the appliances. What are the use of studying all this? Is it not? That is called appliances. There is a long list and some of them are mentioned here. We have electric iron. So electric iron I shown you last time in the previous class. This is called electric kettle. There is a 3-pin plug, you have to plug in the 3 pins and then current will flow it and the water becomes heat. That is called electric kettle. This is electric kettle. And you have geysers. Geysers means something like a boiler where the water will be filled up and you have to switch on. You have seen it, most of you know it. And this is what is called electric toaster, where the bread is toasted, that becomes toaster. It is very taster also. How many know the taste of this toast? Okay, usually what you do, the bread is kept in this type of toasters. So you can find this in bakeries, in some of the households they have. And this is what is called electric stove. There will be knobs here to on it or off it. So electric stoves, on that only you have to keep the vessels depending on the size. Then you have room heaters, especially in cold countries. The temperature outside will be very, very less. It goes to minus also. Then what they do? They will fix up what is called as heaters all around the room or house. And then that will keep us warm. So until it is getting heated, until the warm maintained in the room. So the water heater, room heater is also used, electric stove and so on. These are some of the devices. Even others also there. You have got what is called as the tester, one more device. So this is an electric tester. All of you are familiar with this. just like a small screwdriver, but there is a one lamp will be there inside here, and this is a plastic coating. It's like a screwdriver. You have seen screwdriver? There, the tip of this is very sharp. There are 2-3 types in that. So this is one type of screwdriver, and it has a handle. This is the handle of that, and there will be a top. There will be one knob to press it, which can be held easily. It has a neon indicator. Inside there will be indicator, and that neon will show red color. If the neon bulb glows up with reddish light, it shows the current is passing through the chassis, and it would give a shock. So when red light comes, it means the current is there. Most of you know it, how this is being done. And if there is no red light, means there is no power. So in all the circuits, they use this because it is an indicator to show the presence of current. It is essential to switch off the mains immediately. So if there is a shock, the leakage of current, you have to switch off the mains. If the light does not glow, it indicates that there is no leakage of current. So here, if the light does not glow, then there is no current. It is the meaning. Okay. So this is a very famous and very useful device which shows the heating effect of electric current and which are used in a daily life. Now we will come to numerical problems. So find the resistance of the filament of a bulb having 100 W. What do you mean? W means what? Power. And 250 V. What is V? Potential difference. You are asked to find out the resistance. As we have seen last time, electric bulb, there will be what is called as tungsten, and that tungsten will have high resistance. That can be measured by the formula R is equal to V squared by P. So V squared means what? 250 into 250 by P, 100. So answer is 625 ohms. Resistance is 625 ohms. So to make more resistance only, the coil will have more length, because the resistance depends upon length. More the length, more is the resistance. Therefore, they make a coil in a bulb. You might have seen it. There will be a coil formation. And that is the first question. Coming to second question, calculate the energy in joules consumed in a 2 kilowatt electric heater in 2 hours. So power is equal to 2 kilowatts. Time is 2 hours. They are asking energy consumed. Q is equal to P into T, because power is Q by T or W by T. Okay. So Q becomes P into T. What is P? 2 kilowatts. And time is 2 hours. So multiply 2 into 2 becomes 4 kilowatts per hour. That is the answer for this question. This is about electric heater. What does electric heater do? That heats up the atmosphere. Why it should be done? When the atmosphere is cold. Okay. If you want to convert it into joules, the answer is in watts here. They are asking in joules. So 1 kilowatt is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6 joules. So 4 into 3.6 into 10 to the power of 6. This you have already worked out. That becomes 14.4 into 10 to the power of 6 joules. Okay, that is the way of measuring the energy. And coming to third question, how many kilowatt hour of energy? What do you call it as? Also other word is unit. How many units of energy will be consumed by a 2 HP motor in 10 hours? So 2 HP means what? 2 into 746 watts. That is 1492 kilowatts. Okay. So not 1000, it is 1.492 kilowatts. Okay. You multiply these two, you get 1492 divided by 1000. It becomes 1.492 kilowatts. So time given is 10 hours. So 1.492 into 10 becomes 14.92 kilowatt hour, also called as unit. And the cost of the unit is, suppose it is 3 rupees, multiply by 3. If it is 4 units, 4 rupees, you multiply by 4. Like that, that is the cost or electricity bill. Now, next question. Each question has one formula, different. That's why how it is selected. A potential difference of 250 volt is applied across a resistance of 1000 ohms. Calculate the heat energy produced in the resistance in 10 seconds. First, you must write down what is given. First item is potential difference V equal to 250 volts. Second item, resistance R equal to 1000 ohms. Third one, time is equal to 10 seconds. Now you have to apply the formula. Question is heat energy produced. So Q is equal to V squared by R. Let's select such formula which makes the problem easier. So V squared means 250 into 250 into 10. Why into 10? 10 seconds. By R. So that will be 625. So V squared by R into T. So V squared by R, that is I into T. T means 10 seconds. So V squared by R, this is V squared, this is R into T, becomes 625 joules. Okay. So that is the answer for the fourth question. Coming to fifth question. Electric iron of resistance 25 ohms takes a current of 5 amps. Calculate the heat developed in 1 minute. How many know ironing of cloths? Not all. Some of you know. In the villages, they don't do ironing at all. But please note that it is very good if you have the habit of ironing the clothes. Even girls also should iron their skirts or saris, whatever they do use it. You should know how to iron it. Practice it. But you must be careful, it is 1000 watts. After learning of electricity, should know all the devices connected to electricity. You must know also how the bill is calculated, how to pay the bill, and what is the receipt. If the receipt comes, you must know, you must read it. What is 1 unit is equal to 1 kilowatt per hour. Will you do a small assignment? Okay. You first list out all the appliances in home. How many tube lights are there? TV, heater, bulbs. Small bulbs will be there. In the puja room, there will be small bulb. Bedroom also small bulb. That also. Just list out all the appliances and find out the quantity or energy consumed by it. Okay. And suppose you have 4 tube lights. So one tube light is about 40 watts into 4. 40 into 4. And if we have a heater or a boiler, how many hours it works? You have to multiply. So like that, just to add all the items, you get a total kilowatt, convert into hours. Some of them you use for only a few minutes, then you will convert into hours. So kilowatt hour, what you do is kilowatt hour. That is called unit. So add up all that. In a month means how many days? Usually 30 days we take it. Is it not? April, Yeju Sahana. April, June, September, November. We'll have 30 days. So like into 30 days. So calculate for month. What the bill KEB or HEB or MEB gives, you compare with your calculation. Are you following me? Just find out how much it comes and compare, and if any difference is there, you have to report. So electric iron is here, it is about 25 ohms resistance, current is 5 amps. Calculate the heat developed in 1 minute. 1 minute means how many seconds? 60 seconds. Formula is I squared RT. I squared is 5 squared. I is 5 amps. R means 25 ohms. T means 60 seconds. Just multiply. You get 37,500 joules. Or can write it as 3.75 into 10 to the power of 4 joules. Anyway, this is enough. That is the quantity of heat developed in joules. Now, last question in this. Which uses more energy? A TV of 250 watts in 60 minutes or a toaster of 1.2 kilowatts in 1/6 of an hour? Means how many minutes? 1 hour means how many minutes? 60. 1 minute means how many seconds? 60. So 1/6 of an hour means how many minutes? It will be 10 minutes. Which uses more energy? The question. Either it is TV or it is toaster. So energy used by TV is 250 watts means how many kilowatts? 250 by 1000. That will be 0.25. Okay. And time duration is 60 minutes means 1 hour. So energy consumed by television is 0.25 kilowatt hour or units. Energy used by toaster, it is 1.2 kilowatts into 1/6 of an hour. So if you simplify it, it becomes 0.2. And which is more, which uses more energy? Energy used by television is more than energy used by toaster. This is 0.25. This is 0.2 means 0.20. So that energy is more. That is the answer for the question. So I think you have got some idea about the energy, the bill that is being collected, all that. Now coming to home assignments. Maximum current that a 100 watt 220 volt lamp can withstand. Current they are asking. You are given power voltage. How many units of electricity will be consumed by a 60 watt lamp in 30 days if bulb is lighted for 4 hours daily? That's what I have discussed with you now. Third question. 2 electric bulbs of 40 watts and 60 watts are given. Which one of the bulb will glow brighter if they are connected to the mains in series? And the second is parallel. Okay, come prepared. Wish you all best of luck. Thank you.